Hey, I know this is kind of a weird video upload considering I don't do standalone reviews of death battles and rather rankings, but just let me explain myself first, okay? So this is something I've been wanting to do for a while. By something I mean reviewing death battles as they come out instead of once their respective season is over. The thing I'm afraid of though is that I might not have enough new substance in the segments for the ranking video on this season that I will eventually do. So I figured, hey, why not make a video that's short, sweet, and to the point on my initial thoughts of a death battle episode. My first impressions, if you will. Because I mean, my initial thought of it is probably not going to stay the same forever, right? So anyway, let's stop beating around the bush and start reviewing Death Battle's latest work, Shigaraki vs. Mahito. Disclaimer, I probably won't do something like this for every episode, only ones that I have attachment to. Because let's talk about it actually. My Hero Academia and Jujutsu Kaisen are two animes that I've watched and enjoyed, and these two were some of my favorite characters from each respective series. So out of the 3 episodes that we have so far for 2025, this was probably the one I was the most excited for. Also, another reason I did this instead of making a reaction video was that some douchebag decided to put the winner card in the thumbnail of his YouTube short before I got around to watching it. And what was the point of making a reaction if I knew who the winner was? But anyway, let's just talk about the episode. Both analyses are great. I'm glad they don't have too many jokes and cover more of their story instead. And the ending is amazing, just like always. Shigaraki's one is my favorite MHA analysis, and that's almost entirely due to how they talk about him. They covered his story really well, and the ending to his analysis was great. They gave more respect to him than any death battle character in a while. Mahito's was also serious, but it did have some more jokes considering that kind of plays into his personality. Probably my favorite one was Boosted calling Mahito a cartoon character. I wouldn't say I prefer it over Shigaraki's, but I'd say it's the better written one because of some of the figurative language that's in it. But the best part of the episode was the fight. Like, look at this. Is Moro like a god or something? Why does it look this good? Even the citizens at the start of the fight look super well detailed. In fact, this is the best hand-drawn fight from a looks perspective, even beating out something as recent as Bowser vs. Eggman. They even decided to include 3D models in there too. Like, I noticed that the Nomus were on my second watch of the fight, as well as Shigaraki's transform self, but the hands look so good that I could not believe that they were actually 3D models. But they were. The fight is also backed by 2 amazing voice performances. Massive props to both Tom Schalk and Shab Chiplock. I love the life the latter gives to Mahito, and the former does good in showing how Shigaraki's done with his shit. They have cool exchanges of powers like Mahito transfiguring the Nomus and firing them back at Shigaraki, for example. And then eventually they get on the train, and this scene is probably why I don't like the fight as much as other people. Since the combat is constrained to the inside of a train, and we have something as big as Shigaraki's evolved form, it was kind of weird to watch. And the angling for some of the shots didn't help. But the ending is by far the best part of the fight. Mahito activates his domain expansion, and I'm kind of split on whether it's better than Gojo's or not from his episode. Because that one has the better line delivery, but this one has definitely the better visuals. We see Mahito's final speech to Shigaraki, which is my favorite line of his in the episode. Then Shigaraki almost dies from the domain expansion, but then All For One negates that as a vestige, which is honestly just a huge twist that I didn't see coming. But like, it makes perfect sense considering what happened in the analyses. So then, Shigaraki uses that as a chance to break out. He delivers this huge speech, which is one of my favorite lines in all of Death Battle, and then he decays Mahito's head. In a very similar way to Homelander's death, and I have no idea if this is a hot take or not, but I like this death more than it. Overall, I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. I don't consider this peak, but this is still a great episode, and definitely clears every other My Hero Academia episode barring All Might vs. Might Guy. I mean, that kind of goes without saying considering the other ones. Whether it's better than Gojo vs. Makima or not, I'll save that for the actual ranking. If I had to compare this to the other 2 episodes in this season, I'd put it right between them. That's all for today, thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing if you enjoy content like this, and I'll see you next time for whatever video I decide to make next.